all on the trend, real estate resources and their own talents. I'm going to the Russian language, so I'm going to broadcast in on the Russian. Good afternoon to everyone here. I'm Любов Остролуцка, psychologist, business coach and lawyer. Today we will talk about resources. Where can we find them, dig them up, discover their talents? I'm write down the answer to your questions. Mark all questions except the first. Why do you say that? Because we'll get back to them later. Answer as honestly as you can. Question 2, question 3, question 4. We'll go back to them. What time is it? The exercise wasn't timed. The first thing you think of is right. And the fifth question, what does success mean? You couldn't fit in? No, that's on purpose. Well, everyone answer the questions? Are you ready to look inside yourself, into all generosity and talent nature was bestowed upon you? Then for resources, the question is, what is a resource? A resource is the means by which we get what we want. We do that with some resources. In general, resources are divided into material and non-material resources, but this is a general classification. More deeply, there is a classification of resources. Natural, what are you talking about? This is what our kind, mom and dad, nature or natural talents is called a nature resource. There are material resources. Roughly speaking, still financial, right? There are the kinds of finances we expect to invest in ourselves to develop our talents and resources. Well, it is when you have financial capacity and resources. Let them do it, because it is also develops you. There are also logical resources, some kind of anxiety. For example, it is technique. A pen is the same. Depending on what talent you have to develop a gadget, a table, the way we develop our talents. Besides, we have so-called social resources, right? Resources. What are you talking about? There are our friends. There is social media, there are the people who help us develop our talents and are therefore our resources, because they encourage you to be better and develop. Our supporters is the same resource that allows us to believe in ourselves, and to move on. Social media, again, can be more than just a resource, yeah? But it also grows spur, because sometimes they write constructive criticism of yours. And you can take from it certain experience and benefit to become better or improve your qualities, talents, and capabilities. Speaking of your domestic resources, what are they? For some reason, all I want is to get better and move, be happy. Is moment your resource? Of course. Apart from a domestic resource, what resources can we take from outside? We can take whatever we want. Communicators, finance to attract, get sponsors, social workers. It's all there, I guess. Social and perhaps even organizational. Right, but other than this resource, there are our dreams. So I'm going to give you a poster that you are going to write it on the side. All together? Yes. On the one hand, the left side of your dreams. Does everyone write in this box? Yes. Dreams we divide into categories to be or not have. Exactly. To be where we participate in these dreams in any role. And having that is what we want to have in our dreams. Two categories. Writing means having and being. Yeah. Tell me, what to write? What column is that? In the left have it, the right side B. Not necessary, tonight is dreams. That's what we want, right? Whatever you want to own and be where we play and roll. Exactly where we are. Where am I already? Yes. Attracting sponsor. What do we want? Cottage, apartment, car, travel. Where you are in any role. And where are we? Right. Yes, this is what we want to have on the left side. And here we are in every role in which we see ourselves. This is how resources happen and are born. So that's pretty cool. Short story for the TV show, As the Universe Gives. So what did I write? Come on, from what I have, from what you would like to process. Is that what is it or what it is? Have. I really want to travel all the time. As soon as I wanted, I went for a day to an hour. This is so cool. You all change the picture and then you don't know what to do. And here you have 50,000 ideas and you attract everyone. And as soon as you plug in the resource, people call you. And you don't understand why they haven't called in 6 months. And boom, they are calling. And that's where everyone needs you. So, you are betting on family happiness? It's always like that. Only I'm in some kind of cool shape, so I just get calls. I'm on a maternity level. I'm sitting and you are not on maternity level. All things, motivation speaker. It's great when I present my colleagues with a presentation because I can do this without it. But when it's professional, it's really cool. On all sides, it is right to present them correctly. Public speaking is the same way because it's right and good. And then you go and you're looking for 20 people and you realize that 100 people listening to you. And when you have been training, and again training, but you're worried, but you are saying it right. It's the right things to do when you are behind, but you still have to say it right. Selling high-end coaches. That's all was before. Everything here, everything connected. Training center. He has to be developed. Is that what it? It's all there. I wrote plus my training. Yeah. When we did it all. It might even be appropriate to do a TV show, social media. It's good to have cool, fresh content. When it's really fresh and bird. Social media is a topic, a web where people ask you provocative questions, interesting questions. Well, the answer is a short 5 minutes, 3 minutes. A man from America, somewhere in Canada, wanted something, asked something, and then from Ukraine, he gets one, two, three answers. Well, it's really social media. What does relations give you? Remember, what did I say? You can go back to your notebooks. Is that fourth question? Yes, it's movement. Why did I add that question? Because it has to do with the exercise you did. Success story. Yeah, movement, benefit, realization. What did you say? What's the question? What gives you the realization of yourself? Intended. Durity. Inter- Integrity. Fine, that's all. This is where you put what you have and what you want to solve. So you know where to get the resource. To get from what I have, I want to have, and where your resource to be. With what to make it happen. I'll give you the forms. It's yours. You take them with you. You have one, if you notice, share health. This is a square. This is a triangle that's responsible for health. This triangle is responsible for society. This is on circle. This is our development and this is our evolution. You have a lot of error there. Environment, stress, etc. Where circle sphere of life you spend drawing a diagram of what in your life, which spheres are bigger. I have everything. So stress, it moves resource.
Так стресс же он движет нас.
What do you have on the individual? You have individual resources. Look at the personal resources. Does everyone have health and food properly? We are looking at our physical resources. What exactly is undoing bad habits? I don't have any sugar. Okay, in what way? In the clothes. Look at the clothes, slim, physical form. Does rest matter? Is said to our resource. What physical exercise can a resource provide? Already you can do nothing. Sit down has done 20 sit-ups. Spiritual purpose, principles, vocation, purpose of life. Missy gives us resources. Yes. Intellectual look how much we have. Knowledge, skills, competence, experience, reading, imagination. By the way, imagination is always an intelligence, because most people think dreams are simple. Dreams are about imagination. It is our intellect that works. Our intellect works, as Lessa said. Ask the universe correctly. No, ask the universe gives, and I didn't say it. Or I say, if you don't ask, you'll get it. If we ask without specifying anything, I want my own business. So get your own business and how you run it and what kind of business we won't give you specifics. Financial results are our results, new resources, economic relations. What Lisa said, for example, to attract partners, investors. Social relation, bank accounts, conflicts, mutual assistance, and unselfishness. Conflict is sometimes our personal resource. Social bank account is our personal resource. The bank account is also social. We allow resources to be invested in ourselves. What I said, let me invest in you. If you've been offered, for example, a project, but someone who's going to be pouring money into it, right? Let me. Roughly speaking, this is your bank account. Let other invest in you. No matter what I have to do, let them do it here and now. Here and now you have been offered, here and now you agree. And what happens then, you will watch as you participate in this project. Depending on what you are offered, this resource is also a bank account because it is a plus payment besides what is financially invested in you and in all some project, but you are also developing. All social They wanted to see us through social, through financial, through physical. Friends are here to help you finish the renovations or the spiritual ones because we share the same values. Through the intellectuals, we decided to try it in case it did we. We made a business out of it and went. It also a resource. We can make an idea out of it, generate ourselves, realize with this idea of ourselves, yes? Somebody came up with us. I mean, I can make it better and I can make it better. This is all connected. Now I offer you because you have already considered the most even personal resources each of you now has to present itself. It is rude, not rude, but to tell about the realization of yourself and your talents as if on it not now depends really your realization in all the best conditions of the world. This Quarking center is the same, attract sponsors. They call and say, Lisa, urgently need to open the training center of the world. Try on a small like we will build you big on 14 floors. I gather you all take a construction crew and see how to do it all. So he should be part-time pro bono because people won't pay until they try. And that there is a kind of conference broadcast. There are in two halls all at once, like on channel 1+1 about political things. So,
канале 1+1 какие-то страшные действительно политические вещи, так у нас будут
well, I have a breakthrough
данные,
in knowledge.
мы начинаем
We
это
are
делать,
starting
ну,
to
у
do
нас
it. We're
получается,
doing it. I can get more
я
sponsors.
спонсоров привлечь еще, мы
We are
привлекаем,
thriving to sell.
продаем
Luba,
Лену
Lena, Valia, in good year-long project girls are innovated in discovering, start teaching,
открывают, начинают
discovering a
преподавать,
lot of new
открывают для
things,
себя массу нового. Ну,
and
и,
it will be
наверное,
probably be okay once a month to
нормально
get
будет
together
раз в
for
месяц собраться на
say
2-3
three two
дня,
days to
поехать на
go to
тимбилдинг,
the team
отдохнуть,
building,
поспать,
relax,
что-то, какой-то
sleep in some spa
спа-центр,
center, rest,
отдохнуть, перезагрузиться и дальше
reboot and keep
работать,
in work.
наслаждаться.
Enjoy, then you
Потом
can go to
отработать
the
дела,
island for 7 days, no
там
more.
7 дней больше не надо, как-то уже
Then you
устаешь.
move on and
Дальше
then you
продолжаем
think
работать.
you are 24 hours away from sleep.
Блин, почему суток 24 часа? И
But you
высыпаешься,
want to
и
do
все равно
more.
хочется
Here
еще
is
что-то
happiness.
делать. Вот, счастье.
Notice the man present a ready-made business solution, yes? Plus experience. It also presented the resources which will it would realize this and how it would use these resources in the future and what it would be do next. The man took it all and made it happen.
А как надо было?
What was the
Смотрите,
right things to
вам
do?
необходимо сейчас
You need to draw
нарисовать
your
свои
resources now.
ресурсы. Это
It
может
could
быть
be anything, nature, any picture you
любая
think
тема,
of.
которая вам в голову приходит. Движение слабое.
You can
Ты не
keep up
можешь
with the
идти в
modern
ногу с
world,
этой
can
книгой.
stop then
Значит,
correspondently
страница, ну, соответственно, есть
you
индивидуальные
don't
ресурсы.
up-to-date information.
Поэтому точно так же и тут.
So develop your
Развивайте свои
resources,
ресурсы, развивайте свои
your
таланты,
talents, invest not to
вкладывайтесь.
afraid of
Не
what
бойтесь,
society
не
thinks,
смотрите, а что подумают
friends,
соседи, что
etc.
скажут друзья и так далее. Это ваш опыт.
This
Это
is
если у
your
вас была
experience.
что-то идея, то
Overcome
вы это
your
можете делать.
fears.
А если я
And
сделаю вот
if I
так,
do this
если я
or
сделаю вот так, да,
that,
то есть вы продумаете
if you are wrong,
схематику.
it's
Даже
your
если вы очнетесь,
experience,
это ваш
not
опыт на
someone's.
словах кого-то. Все равно,
Anyway,
если
if you
у
have
вас
resources, you can realize them
есть
in a
ресурсы,
different
то вы
form
можете,
that you think.
может быть, в другой форме,
But
может быть,
whether
по-другому,
it is a
все
project
равно
or a
вы
talent you
повторяете
realize,
один и тот же
If you really want your universe to pull up the people who give you these opportunities. Sometimes we just can't take and we are given. What should I give back? What I do have what I do have to give back. At one sphere, therefore, must accept in all action what have to interact with the person who gives. It gives you finance or opportunities to grow further or opportunities to develop, etc. But at the same time, it gives you the opportunity to realize your internal resources, to develop new resources, especially in the business sphere. There seem to be a lot of ideas and no resources. A lot, and then tomorrow, and the day after that, because resources are scarce. There is a will and motivation, and no motivation. It's like I want to, I do, and it's not moving very much, etc. Again, we can bring in other than financial resource, and it will work. By trial and error and making 100 mistakes, you will make the perfect project. Then I will win in the world competition. Ukraine will be the most successful. Such a goal, not easy. And I want to realize this successfully. Those only successful in Ukraine, abroad. I want to present all the international level. This is exactly how you want to do it. You can think and do a whole project. Go and do. To go and do, but how do you want it? International level is partnership. What does that do? We are trying to be better, bring in all the power, the resources that we have are external, internal, and we are realized because we are motivated. I want to do better. And if we say we want to be successful in this sphere and at the level of social, then social, international, and sponsors are realize ideas and everything you need. You said if I wanted to be successful in this field, and then I want to be successful in this business. I don't remember. There are these stories. It's like my clothes. I have this one.
Ой, это ж как вот у меня одежда.
Look at the color of Yuba. It's how it is. Wow, man. Here's a second man. Look at that. Hello. God, they are so great. Everything to me, and for you. There is the one. You can do the stress control yourself. Did you do it yourself? Yes. Fun. You take a regular balloon and inflate it. You put something in to make a hole. Put sand in it. You can put sand on it. Flour. No, flour does not fit. I put in some kinetic sand. He tied up and taped the strings and trimmed them up, and up here. Draw a smiley face with a marker and special marker that doesn't erase for balls.
Там единственное, что специальный маркер, который не стирается, то есть на шариках, там, спрашивают на шариках писать. И вам в домашних условиях,
And at home, the anti-stress toy is ready. You can punch. Cool, you can squeeze him. Hello, my friend. Where have you been? Here's a childhood resource. Here it is. Don't be afraid to do what you love, thinking it won't work. Why do you ask? Because a lot of people think they can do it, and they are afraid to do this. Fear retards resources, our realization of ideas. There are many ideas we want to realize them, but fear slows down and resource pushes back. Don't be afraid to overcome your fear. If you want to make excuses, you will be wrong about your experience, not your words.
Делайте эту идею здесь и сейчас. Вы можете реализовать ее, запишите, потом вернетесь к ней. То есть у меня даже
I've had a separate weekly for the last 2 years where I just write down my ideas and then I do somewhere. Projects, ideas, then you can forget. Yes, it gradually forgotten. You forget. And if you think about it, on the other hand, when you go back to the records, you add that you have now, associations, and so on. You have a unique idea or project. Do not create super impossible tasks. Don't want to be better than someone. Be the best. Set real goals. For example, I want to be on the international level with other speakers. A real goal you can achieve. If you are looking for a real goal that's impossible for you, then think about the resources you need to bring in to make it happen. Break it down into small targets. It's like time management to break an elephant into pieces. Don't compare yourself to someone because each of us is unique in its own way, has its own uniqueness and capabilities. That is what makes us different, not only in character but also in the other way. Don't compare it to a better one than you. You can compare it if you want to grow up professionally and think where I can grow up and what I can do better, reach heights as a motivation to achieve more. Where do you get the resources to achieve? Listen to constructive criticism. What I was saying before, that we can make it worthwhile and possible for ourselves. You've been criticized and you are being criticized and you can do this. Don't think about that people think of you in society. Their thoughts and I will think if they think. What society I will say always about
скажет,
you.
собственно, там на каком-то
Videos,
видео, которое
etc.
я опубликовала и так далее, то
Your
опять же
fears
всплывает наш
are
страх.
surfacing,
Опять там
delaying our
возникают
resources,
ресурсы, которые
projects, and
тормозят наши проекты и
implementation.
реализацию. Страх,
So
оставляя
we leave fear
позади
and we
и
go through it.
преодолевая этот страх. Окружайте себя
Connect with
успешными и
successful and
позитивными
positive
людьми.
people.
Почему
Why?
успешными и позитивными? Потому что
Because
они
it
вам
is
стимул.
incentive to be better
Стимул
on the
быть лучше.
positive. There are the
Быть на
basic rules
позитиве.
for
Это
not losing
ключевые
resources.
слова своего все. Как бы это
We can talk
сформированный
about it, but
правило
when we can
для
lose it
того,
right
чтобы не
away.
терять ресурсы свои.
So
Потому
we
что эти
don't lose
правила
it.
мы можем их возобновить,
We
но мы
have
их
to
не
renew
теряем.
and maintain it.
Чтобы их не терять, мы их должны как-то возобновлять и поддерживать. Да? То есть,
If
если
we turn
страх
on fear,
исчезает, ресурс
the
будет,
resource will
но
not be
это
realized,
устойчиво.
and
Потому что ресурс
everything is
становится
ideas,
постоянным.
opportunities, and
Вот
fear
и все. То
prevents
есть
us
куча
from
идей, куча
going any
возможностей,
further.
а страх не дает двигаться дальше. Страх там поговорить, там, страх сделать какой-то проект, страх, все. Он тормозит вот эти вот все дальше. А что будет? А
What
вдруг не
happens?
получится? А вдруг это?
What if it
Хорошо.
doesn't work?
Выпили свой
Well,
листочек.
take a piece
Если
of
не
paper and
получится, что
write
самое
if it
худшее
doesn't work out.
произойдет в этом случае?
If the worst doesn't
И
happen,
если получится,
if it
что
does,
из этих двух
that can
сценариев
happen.
может получиться?
Fear
Потому что
blocks
в
even
основном
our
наши
talents.
страхи очень
Human beings
часто
can be
мотивирующего. Это
multifaced
может
in
быть
their talents,
многограмотного
but
таланта.
fear
Но это
obscures
страх.
us.
Он закрывается и все, он не показывает эти таланты. Всё. Если мы
If we only
позиционируем
position
себя
ourselves
в круг друзей, да,
as a circle of friends, we don't grow any
если мы
further.
хотим дальше, то мы должны
Try
где-то
everything and
пробовать,
show me.
там пробовать, здесь
I
пробовать,
can
здесь
do
все
it and
пробовать
this.
и показывать, да, вот я могу это, а еще могу вот это, а могу вот так.
I have
Ресурсов.
beautiful cards for resources.
У меня есть такие красивые карточки. Я буду их называть. Там, например,
I'll say the words.
если оно
If
вам
it
подходит,
suits
вы
you,
эту карточку
you
забираете
take the
себе.
card for
Если
yourself.
получается, что если эта карточка
If it
получается
is
присуща
common,
всем троим, я ее
I
просто
put it
всегда
here.
ложу и буду знать, что это. Смотрите, какая гора.
Look how many there are.
Я читала, вам
I read
специально не
it to you
акцентирую
without
внимание
focusing
на мужском или
on the
женском. У вас
male or the
получается очень
female, for
много,
example.
например, там
Emotional.
эмоциональный навык,
Emotional skill.
эмоциональный
Talent.
какой-то талант. Да, вот теперь вам все, что не вот из этих вот карточек, посмотрите, вот эти, которые у вас там на двоих остались, мы потом их задействуем. Из этих
Now among this
карточек вам
card,
нужно отобрать,
take away men
которые
and women
относятся к
and
вам
think
как
about
женщинам, и оставить то, что
what
было в мужском
resources you
поле.
can get.
Подумать, к каким ресурсам они относятся.
Social.
Смеется.
Loves. Social. Resource. Right? Social skills.
Веселый.
Fun.
В чем здесь ресурс?
What's the resource? Skill. Positive resource. Creative.
Ресурс позитива, скажем. Ресурс творить.
Money and happiness will come to create the result.
То есть творец,
Creator expect resource motivator. Yes.
да.
To finish, our training is coming to the end. I have metaphorical maps called the step of wisdom.
Карты, которые называются шрик мудрости. Так как у нас сегодня
Since
тема
the
была
theme was resources to realize yourself and your talent,
сейчас можете не говорить. Просто
each of you, without telling me, can ask a question related to this topic.
вы сами определяете,
You determine the level of difficulty and the direction of the path. Why complicate it? No joy.
Вот. Человек сразу
That's
меняет.
what you see right there.
Правила игры во время игры.
Change the rules of the game.
Вот. Креативность.
That's a
Его
creativity of the
ресурс– это
resource.
креативность. Смотрите, у вас есть
On the
определенная
one hand, there is an expression written,
скажем,
and on the other, there is a parable.
к этому выражению притча.
And you already think about how it relates to your question. You can read it for everyone or for yourself. Living on white, life has no drafts. That's it. Do you want to read the parable? The first arrow, the archery master prepared the arrows for the pupil to perform the exercise. The pupil approached the line and took the arrow and fired. The master took one of his arrows at this time and put it aside. Why take away my second arrow? I didn't take the second one, and the first one should still walk away, because when you shoot, you would know what you have one more shot in your spare. So that's why you only get one life to finish a small film. Each of us is talented, but not everyone sees himself, not everyone can admit to themselves that they have abilities. Not everyone is working to turn these abilities into talent. Learn the world. Learn your culture. Use every opportunity to discover your talent. Make a speech. Come up with your new gadget. Do whatever you want. Always work on yourself. Invest in yourself and in everyone, and let others invest in you. To conclude, pleasant gifts. Thank you. You are each unique in your own way, talented. I believe you can know. It means a lot when someone takes a part in the life of everyone, especially when they change it. Thanks, Odette Krawczyk, for the positive motivation. I wish you the best in your life. Until your next meeting. Thank you.
До новых встреч. Спасибо.